Hello, this is Mujela from 11 Enterprises, and today we'll be looking at basic agricultural genetics questions with a main focus on monohybrid inheritance. So let's get straight into it. Question 4.1 state the schematic representation below indicates a cross between a heterozygous black cow with a homozygous recessive white bull. Black is the dominant um, characteristic in this case. So let's go down to the first question. 4.1.1a, identify the genotype of parent black cow. Now we're going to focus on the black cow here. And let me get a pencil. It says that the black cow is heterozygous black. Now, what it means by heterozygous black is that for the characteristic black, um, or rather for the gene, for the black color gene, we have two different alleles that make up this characteristic or gene. What it means is that since black is dominant, it states here that black is dominant. So it means black is dominant over um, white. Since black is dominant, we're going to use capital letter B. Already we know that we have capital letter B, but it's heterozygous. It says here that it's heterozygous black. So it means it contains um, the dominant black allele and also the recessive white uh, allele. So we're going to have a small letter B. The reason why we use a small letter B for white is because it is recessive. So for a recessive trait or for a recessive allele, we use small letters. And for a dominant allele or characteristic, we use uh, big letters or capital letter. Now let's go to B. Identify the genotype of parent white bull. Now the parent white bull is homozygous recessive. Homozygous means that the gene is made up of the same of two identical alleles. So since white is recessive, we're going to use two small letters because there are two identical alleles. So we're going to have two small b's. These are the genotypes of the parent black cow and the parent white bull. Let's move on to the next question. We have 4.1.2 says that if the group of white heifers in the F1 generation is crossed with the parent bull, determine the genotype of the F2 uh, offspring. We know the genotype of the parent bull, and we're going to cross it with the we're going to cross it with the one of the white heifers in the F1 generation, which is also white. That means we're going to use two small letters. Um, Now the cross will be as thus. So as you can see, all the offsprings are identical. That means we have all white offsprings in the F2 generation. So they want the phenotype. Now we have to know the difference between the phenotype. The phenotype is the physical appearance and the genotype is the genetic makeup. As you can see here, we have in the phenotype, we have a black cow, right? And in the genotype, we know that the genotype of the cow, we found out that it's a big letter B and small letter B. Now, in the phenotype of the bull, we have a white bull, and in the genotype, we're going to have small letter B. So this is the difference between phenotype and genotype. Phenotype is the physical appearance, and genotype is the genetic makeup. Now, so we're going to use the physical appearance, which is a white. Um, Now, let's look at the last question. Um, use the Punnett square method to illustrate the genotype of the F1 generation. Now, we're going to use the Punnett square to show um, how the F1 generation came about. So we're going to draw something like this. Now we have the gametes. Now remember that the genotype of the cow was B, and that of the bull was small letter b. Now, when we bring them together, we're going to have and lastly, so hence we have the 50% black and 50% white. So now this is the 50% white and this is the 50% black. All right, now that will be all for today. And please don't forget to subscribe and share this with your friends and take them along so that we can work on these problems together. I'm looking forward to working with you guys. Please do comment on the comment section. Please do use the comment section should you have any questions. Thank you.